Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. For those that are new, welcome. My name is Monica, and in today's video, I am doing the Unstuff My Kindle vlog for you, and our prompt this month is purple. So the first book I'm going to read is Montana Sky by Nora Roberts, and this is a reread, and I love this book. So this is a small town ranch. It's on a ranch, a family ranch, and Jack Mercy had died. Everybody hates Jack Mercy. You have 3 romances in one. This book, and I said movie because this book has been made into a Lifetime movie. You can find it on YouTube. You can also, I got it a long time ago on iTunes when they had the whole bundle of Nora Roberts movies because I'm that girl. Anyhow, there are some trigger warnings, death of animals on page, and I know that's a big trigger for people. I wanted to mention that, as well as there's a racial slur, and sexism. And this is a reread. I originally gave it 4 stars, so stay tuned for what my thoughts later on. The second book I will read in this vlog is Skies Over Caledonian. This is, I want to say, book 4 in the Highlands series by Samantha Young. This is a marriage of convenience, except that I think they like each other. That's what I got from reading the synopsis of the book. So, and I have loved the Highlands series since the first book. I am now starting to go back through Samantha Young's backlist because of this series. So this has purple on the cover. I'm reading it. Next one I will be reading because I know that is coming out on Tuesday when I'm filming this, and that's Crossroads by Devney Perry. This is book 1 in her Haven Brothers Ranch. It's purple on the cover. It is coming into my Kindle. I am going to be reading it. It follows the prompts. I'm reading it. The last book I'm going to be reading is My Favorite Kidnapper. This is by Melanie Moreland. This is standalone, and I remember her saying that she wanted to write a romantic suspense mafia, but it ended up being kind of mafia rom-com. And so, yeah, that will be one of the other books I read. I've had it for a while. I heard some good things about it, so I am open to it, and it is purple on the cover. So without further ado, let's get into my thoughts as I go through these books. Hey guys, it is Sunday morning, and I'm holding up my phone, so if it wiggles, that's why. So yeah, I am halfway through Montana Sky. Now, as I said when I first introduced this book, there is racism, there is sexism, blatant racism and a blatant sexism on page. We have 3 sisters. They're the Mercy sisters. So we know that their father, who died at the very beginning of this, and they were brought back to the family ranch, which is worth quite a bit of money. He was a real son of a bitch. Nobody liked him. He kicked out 2 of his wives for not having daughters and not sons. The 3rd wife died, so he kept the girl, which was Willa. Willa is the cowgirl. She feels like everybody is intruding into her home and onto her land because of it, and because the 3 sisters have to live together to get their inheritance, they're all doing it. Then we have Lily. Lily is she's quiet, but she's also been beaten up so many different times from her ex-husband. So there's talk of domestic violence and marital rape, because Lily tells Adam, and Adam is Willa's half-brother on her mother's side. He is Native American and Italian. So that's where the racism comes in too, because Adam is half Native American, half Italian, and that's where the racism comes in, because Tess says a racial slur, and a lot of the racial prejudice was from Jack Mercy as well. So be aware of all of that. Okay. Lily and Adam have a very sweet romance going on. And at this point, they've said that they loved each other. Lily is terrified of her ex-husband. He's been stalking her. And so she doesn't know things that we know at this point. Then you have Tess. Tess is very much like Jack Mercy, but a little less unsympathetic, if that makes any sense, especially after what I just told you about Adam. Tess actually likes Adam. So there's some stuff you just have to read it to understand it, because I don't want to give it. So basically what Tess said was she used that slur as a way to identify him as a character because she's a screenwriter. That does not make it any better, personally. But Tess is also very much a city girl. And so for her to do that. Now here's the thing. Is in the movie, because there is a Lifetime movie, they actually don't use that slur in the movie. So I totally forgot about it. I knew there was something with Jack Mercy, but I forgot about Tess saying it. And they changed the character of Nate. Nate's the lawyer in the book. And in the movie, Nate's the sheriff. I actually like him better as the lawyer because he surprised Tess and made her grow as a character. He causes her a lot of character growth because the next couple is Tess and Nate, and Tess, she wants to go back to California. She misses California, but yet she's starting to have this bond with her sisters at this point that none of them saw coming. And then then you have the bond between Tess and Nate, which is really, really good. Then you have Willa. Her love interest is Ben. Ben is one of the guys that is supposed to be helping her with the ranch for the year, per her father's will. In her father's will, it's Nate and Ben who are supposed to look over, keep an eye on the girls while they run the ranch. The ranch is it has 25,000 acres. It's worth a lot of money, so there's motivation there. Now what's going on as Willa and Ben, they have this push and pull where he's a bit of a caveman, so be aware of that. He's like the 90s Nora Harrow. He's a caveman. But Willa likes that. She's feisty. And it's not in a domestic abuse sort of way. So yeah, you have all of that. Then you have, and right now, you've had two of the couples really start hooking up. Willa and Ben are circling around each other, and they've done some stuff, but not a lot. But you have someone killing animals on page, and you have then it led to murder. Two people have been murdered right now. Anyway, that's my. Hey, I had to stop filming for a few minutes because a bunch of people, my family came down to eat some lunch, and I wanted to finish my thoughts. So I don't really remember exactly what I was saying, but so far I am enjoying the reread. Not as good as like Whiskey Beach or some of her other ones. This is not my favorite. Originally I gave it 4 stars. I'm enjoying the suspense plot because there is a serial killer who started off with animals. There is animal death on page. I probably have said that a few times, but I want you to be very aware of that going into this book. And there is, and when he killed the 2 people, he scalped them to keep their hair as trophies, which is grotesque. And yeah, so this one is definitely showing its age a little bit because I don't remember when. I'll let you know when it was first published because she's grown as a writer. You can tell from her very first book, even in her middles to today, like she's really grown and involved as a writer. So I think that the storyline is solid, and I really am enjoying the romances. But now I am going to stop filming this, and I'm going to go ahead and get some lunch, because I'm the one who didn't eat, because I was waiting for everybody to finish eating. And then I am going to continue listening while I thinking about making some brownies for my family, because they asked for brownies, which is easy enough to do. Anyway, I will update you when I am done with Montana Sky. Okay, bye. Hey guys, so it's Tuesday morning, and I just got up, got out of the shower and stuff. I should have updated you yesterday, except that I went to the dentist and had some major, it was basically oral surgery done. And so I had a hard time talking yesterday and eating and everything else, on top of getting this cold. This cold's actually doing better. So and if you're moving around, it's because I'm holding my phone. All right. So on Sunday night, during the sprints from Jess from Peace Love Books, I finished Montana Sky, and I gave that one 4 stars. It's still a reread. It is a reread, and I'm continuing with a 4-star rating. I still like the romance. I still like the suspense plot, and I still like the whole thing. It is good. There are definitely some problematic elements, as I've talked about in the past on this vlog, because I wanted you guys to be aware of that, so when you're going in, you know what you're getting. This book was, and I looked it up yesterday just to make sure. This book was, it was published in April of 1996, and it's showing its age a little bit with the way the characterization is, some of the words that they use and stuff like that. That was unfortunately okay back in that time period, but is not okay in this time period. So just be aware of that. Because I've already read it, I know who the guy, the villain, that's what I want to say. I know who the villain was. I've also, like I've said, this is a Lifetime movie, and you can get it on YouTube last time I looked. So 4 stars for that one. And I did start and read all the way through Skies Over Caledonia yesterday. I finished like the last 10 minutes of it this morning when I woke up. I could have finished it yesterday, to tell you the truth, but I was not feeling good. I ended up just binge watching cooking shows and Farm Fixer Upper, I guess it was the guy with from NSYNC, the guy from New Kids on the Block. He fixed up old farmhouses in Massachusetts, and it was a lot of fun to watch that, because I couldn't focus on reading yesterday for the most part. I got a lot of it done before my appointment, and then after my appointment I was like, no, I was not feeling good, so I didn't end up finishing it until this morning, like 10 minutes. I had 10 minutes left, and I just did not feel good enough to listen to 10 minutes of an audiobook. So, that being said, I'm sorry I didn't give you the update for Skies Over Caledonia. The heroine is Allegra, and the hero is Jared. And Jared is a farmer. His farm's in trouble. He's in Scotland. Allegra had some really big issues from her past, as did Jared. So Allegra needed to stay in Scotland because that's where she felt the safest. Jared needed money to save his grandfather's farm. His father is a piece of crap who we do end up seeing causing issues. So there's that. They met 5 years before the start of the story, when this marriage of convenience is talked about, or they decide to go through with a marriage of convenience, and they were attracted they've been attracted to each other and had feelings for each other for like 5 years, but they both suppressed it. And so that marriage of convenience sort of just gave them permission to be together. And I really liked that. I really did. I liked the romance, the way it moved. It was a little slower than I initially thought it was going to be, but I didn't mind it. He kept saying my wife, which, yeah, it gets repetitive, but I loved it. So again, did not mind that at all. Allegra's a stronger character than I assumed she would be because of all the crap stuff that's been said about her in the first 3 books, right? Because she was characterized as being flighty, making really rash, dumb decisions, and causing significant problems for herself and for other people. And that's what everybody perceived her as, but they didn't understand the psyche behind all her actions and everything. They did not know her trauma because she never told them. So we have the only person she told other than her therapist is Jared. And you knew once both of them said their truths to each other, it was true love, even though they didn't say it right away. And I really enjoyed the suspense elements in the story. They made sense for the narrative, for the story as a whole, even for the series as a whole. It made perfect sense. I gave it 5 stars. So Montana Sky, 4 stars. Skies Over Caledonia is 5 stars. And since I've woken up this morning and eaten breakfast and gotten showered and just feeling better this morning, I started Crossroads by Devney Perry. It's purple, so I'm putting it in here because I really want to read this. And so far, I am really enjoying it. I feel like this is more like her older stuff. I'm not too far into it, but I'm going to be listening to it. I might pull out a puzzle. I'm on vacation, which is fantastic. So yeah, that is everything that I have to update for now. And when I get to the 50% mark, or if I finish it, because that has tended to be happening in this vlog, which I'm sorry about, is yesterday I was not doing anything. It was just not a good day yesterday. So, but I am feeling better today. So that's good. Anyway, I'm going to leave it here and I will check in with you as soon as I have something to say. Okay, bye. Hey guys, it is like almost 9 o'clock at night and I'm eating Cheesecake Factory. I am halfway through Crossroads by Devney Perry. Hold on, let me finish this bite. It is the Godiva cherry cheesecake. It's really good. Okay. So all right, Crossroads by Devney Perry. There's time jumps in there, so where you have flashbacks because of from where they met when they were kids, and then present day. India bought his family's ranch because his dad basically ran it into the ground, and he's not having it. He's upset about it. There's a lot of backstory we haven't completely gotten. But I'm really enjoying the angst. And I'm really enjoying the writing and the relationship. The flashbacks are actually helping to cement the relationship because you're seeing a lot of the relationship development that occurred and why everybody is not as excited for the for India to be back. There's still a lot of hurt feelings there. I do not know exactly everything because we haven't been told everything, but there's a lot of heat in this, and their connection's very strong. Like, this is a really, really good book. This is definitely going to be 5 stars unless something bad happens. This is going to be 5 stars, and I can tell around the 50% mark. So yeah, anyway, I'm gonna cut this short. I have my Ralphie Poos. Say hi, Ralphie. He wants my cheesecake, but he can't have it. I will update you as soon as I have something to update. Hey guys, it is Wednesday, and I finished Crossroads by Devney Perry, and Lulu is sitting here with me. She's taking a nap right here, or chewing on her feet, I don't know. And then there's Ralphie sound asleep, so we're having kind of a lazy day. Yeah, so let me build this up so you're not shaking. Okay. Crossroads. I enjoyed Crossroads a lot. It is dual timeline, which honestly, this book needed dual timeline because there's so much history between India and West. And it was right person, wrong time, and it was sneaking around because they did when they were together. I enjoyed the character growth, the angst. I enjoyed how the communication, when they started communicating, everything's just sort of came out, and it was really well done. This was right person, wrong time done extremely well. The romance was gorgeous. I honestly could not find anything to pick on with this book. I gave it 5 stars. That is 2 5-star reads in this vlog. That's really good. Anyway, highly, highly recommend it, and it's worth it. Trust me. The other one that I just started was My Favorite Kidnapper by Melanie Moreland. I heard this was kind of a comedy where he kidnaps a baker. And I was like, okay, that sounds fun. So I had it out for a very long time and got the audiobook on a very good steal. I think I paid like $2 for the audiobook. So far, he's stalking her and doing a background check on her. He loves her cupcakes. And he kissed her right away. And I was like, it's a little fast. It is a little fast. Anyway, yeah. So that is my update. I'm like maybe like 5 chapters into My Favorite Kidnapper. So I'll probably end up finishing it tonight or tomorrow morning because I have some other things I have to do, like make dinner. I don't really want to make dinner. I don't like making dinner right now, but I got to do it. So I got to do that, and I'll probably listen to this while I'm making dinner. So once I am done with that book, I am done with this vlog. So we shall see how far I can get into it today, because it is in the afternoon. Had some errands that I had to run today with my daughter, so I couldn't listen to anything this morning. So that's why it took me longer to finish Crossroads. Anyway, that is my update, and I will talk to you when I get a minute. Okay. So guys, I finished My Favorite Kidnapper this morning. This is by Melanie Moreland. And this book follows Brianna. She is a baker. Her best friend just got married, and her grooms, or her friend's godfather, which she's never met before, comes in, doesn't know who he is, comes in, he eats her cupcakes, kisses her, and he decides that he wants her for her baking, and because he thinks she's hot. She's like, what are you doing? You can't do this. And she's all like stinging and barbs and stuff. She gives pretty good banter, and he loves it. She does not swear, so she says, instead of saying the word dick, she calls it Richard, which is, yeah, it's kind of funny. I found myself chuckling at this. He does kidnap her, and he takes her to Italy to his villa. He is an art dealer, but he also, it's not really mafia, as he was in the art underworld, where he would steal back paintings or antiquities that were stolen, because he's a really good thief. So he's definitely morally gray, And this is a age gap. I think he's 39 and she's like 23. She's in debt. She has been working at this horrible bakery in Toronto. So when he takes her, and her cat is named Roomba because the cat is like a vacuum and eats everything. So I thought that was actually pretty clever. This all happens within, like, he decides he's going to keep her because of her cooking and because he thinks she's hot by it's chapter 5, chapter 6. And I was like, okay, that's a little extreme, but let's go with it because it is unhinged. And he takes her and he drugs her, takes her, and she wakes up and she's like, where you take me? And she doesn't really fight it because she has a thing for him too. And she makes him his cookies and his cakes and stuff. And he takes her shopping, and this is a virgin hero situation because she didn't have time to date or anything. And she's a little introverted and awkward. I can relate to that. But anyhow, she does willingly go with him eventually. Like, she doesn't fight it. And when you get to the sexy times, it's actually pretty good. The way Melanie Moreland wrote it, it was not creepy or weird. I do like the conflict because it's not, I don't want to be with you, I want to keep you safe, because there's an outer conflict. So he does lie to her. It is a thing, but it was really cute. This is kind of like a fluffy mafia meets baker romance, if I can give it. But I do think the story is good. It's a very solid story. I think that it is one of those where it is cute, but not overly cute. And I love the dynamic between Brianna and Dante. That's his name. And I feel like he and her work. I really do. I think that they work together very, very well. And I enjoyed it. I enjoyed this book very much. I'm going to give it 4 stars. It's a good, solid 4 stars rom-com with a morally gray hero that is definitely a thief, but he's a thief with conscience. So there you go. Anyway, let's review my reading. So my first book was Montana Skies. I gave it, well, I'm not rating it because it's a reread, but I'm keeping it at 4 stars. I did on Sprints did tell people about the animal death on page. So some people who are about to read, they're like, yeah, I think I'm going to skip this one. I didn't know about it going in when I originally read it, and it was shocking. So that's one of the reasons why I felt compelled to say it. Now I feel a little bit bad, but because I don't know how many people are going to be reading that book for Jess's book club, and I'm sorry. But I think I actually did tell Jess about that too, because in that book, and the one thing I did not say, and I guess I'll say it here, is that there is a part where the killer kills a bunch of baby cows that they had just helped birth. It was a slaughter, and that was just like, I had a hard time with that when I originally read it. So I knew about it going in, so I was able to mentally prepare for it. So, and then you have the other blatant things. If I still was going to rate it, I'd rate it 4 stars because the romances are good. The plot is really well done. I like the suspense. You don't really know who the killer is. She did good with hiding the killer. So it would have been a lot higher if it wasn't for the calf scene and a couple other little things, but it was more of the calf scene that really got me. So yes. And then I read Skies Over Caledonia. This one is a marriage of convenience, but they really loved each other. They've known each other for a while, and I love the my wife feelings on that, and I gave it 5 stars. That was my first 5 stars of the month of June. I'm so glad I picked that one up. Then I picked up Crossroads by Devney Perry. This one I loved it. It has dual timeline, and it was needed to tell the story because this was a second chance romance with hurt feelings, and this was right person, wrong time. It really is right person, wrong time, and I gave 5 stars. Second, 2 5 stars in a row. I was on a high. And then I read My Favorite Kidnapper, as I had just mentioned. and I gave that 4 stars. It was really cute. It was a really solid read. I enjoyed it, just not as much as I enjoyed Crossroads or Skies Over Caledonia. But that is my reading taste, and I think these books are all solid, and if you can handle the animal death in Montana Skies, I think you would probably enjoy it. So yeah, anyway, those are my opinions and my thoughts on the books I have read. Let me know if you have read them and which ones are your favorites or your least favorites down below. I would love to hear. And if you made it this far in this video and you want to let me know that you're here, please leave me a purple heart emoji. And until next time, my friends, happy reading. Bye.